afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to My Voice is Power, Season 2. We are still at Everyone Need a Lawyer. Today, I'm not by myself, but I'm with one and only beautiful attorney, Thembeka. Good afternoon, Thembeka, and welcome to My Voice is Power.
Good afternoon, Lady D. Thank you for having me. Good afternoon to the viewers at home.
Yes, I had to invite Thembeka again and our show. We are still at the lawyers. We are still saying we all need lawyers. Today we are touching a base on employment and annual leaves. So it's all about the employment. Let's hear what she has for us.
Viewers, I just wanted to create awareness about the implications of the Thembeka judgment. On the 25th of October 2023, the Joburg High Court passed a judgment. Let me give a brief background of why the judgment was passed. A married couple, Mr. and Mrs. Thembeka, approached the High Court and alleged that they are of the view that section provisions of the Basic Conditions of Employment Act discriminate against parents because the Basic Conditions of Employment Act made provision for maternity leave to be taken by mothers for 4 consecutive months, and then fathers were entitled to 10 days paternity leave. Mrs. Thembeka is a businesswoman, and the husband is employed somewhere. So Mrs. Thembeka could not take, obviously she was at home, but the husband felt that he also wanted to take more time and spend time with the baby. So and then they approached the court, and the court found that indeed the Basic Conditions of Employment Act discriminates against parents when they adopt children, and it also discriminates against parents when they get other women to carry the child, and we refer to that as surrogacy. Yeah.
Yes.
So now, with effect from the 25th of October 2023, parents can then decide between themselves how they're going to split the 4 months parental leave. I now call it parental leave because they can then decide if the father will take 2 months parental leave and the mother can take 2 months. But before they do that, they have to inform their employers. Now this leave is applicable for people who adopt kids as well. If you adopt a child that is less than 2 years old, you can also take 4 months parental leave. And also, if you get someone to carry your child, and when they give birth to their child, you can take 4 months parental leave. And there's no discrimination between who is going to take the parental leave. The father can decide that he will take 2 months, and the mother can decide that they can take 2 months parental leave. So this is a very big change in terms of what needs to happen with the what did I call it? Parental leave.
Parental leave, yeah.
Yeah. In fact, and companies are given time, just like when the Consumer Protection Act came into effect, as well as when POPI came into effect. The government, the parliamentarians are given 2 years to amend the legislation. So the Basic Conditions of Employment Act is being amended as we speak, and also the UIF, the Unemployment Insurance Act, is also being amended as we speak. And they were given until the 25th of October this year. So companies should start changing their policies to accommodate fathers, so that when mothers give birth, or when they decide to adopt children, or if somebody, if they get a surrogacy mother, then they can both be able to apply for leave at work and be granted that leave. Also, the UIF is busy changing their systems, because now they have to be able to accommodate everybody, and not just women applying for leave and then men applying for paternity leave. And as you are aware, in South Africa, even same-sex marriages are legal. So now there's no discrimination. So even for same-sex couples, if they decide to adopt a baby, they're also entitled to claim from the UIF.
Wow. That is very interesting. You know, I've learned a lot about this season of we all need lawyers. So many information. And the viewers, you know, this My Voice is Power. It's about information. We are giving information without a cost. We are bringing information to you. We understand this. There are those who don't need this information, but this platform is for those that need information. It's for village girl. So that's why it's under the destiny of a village girl. So we are providing those who lack information like this. That's why we bring information to them. And it's so informative. I didn't know that when you adopt a child, you can have a leave. It's so incredible. Also, surrogacy mothers, they're entitled to the leave. Also, the fathers. Oh, it's going to be interesting. So now at least the mothers can work 2 months and the father work 2 months. So everyone can take care of the child. It's so impressed. So I'm impressed about this new law that is happening, and we are looking forward for it to be implemented on the 23rd of October. So viewers at home, you hear now, you can apply, both of you. There's no more discrimination in South Africa. We are all equal. So what do you say about this payout of insurance, of employment leave, maternity leave or employment leave, because now it's no longer going to be maternity leave, it's employment leave. Why did you say? Because a lot of people, they find it so difficult to just stay home. Even that 4 months, as you said last time, is nothing, but the employer doesn't pay employee, and UIF is just not giving enough money. And also there's a new member in the family that needs to be taken care of. So, and the UIF doesn't pay full payment. What are we saying about that?
First and foremost, it is very important for employers to register their employees with the UIF and pay the monthly contributions to the UIF, so that employees will not be affected when it comes to applying for parental leave. Yes, you are correct in saying that the UIF does not pay enough, but receiving a portion of your salary is better than not receiving anything. And I also want to emphasize that it's very important for employers to register even their domestic workers, because I know that you find that a lot of people think that they should not register their domestic workers, and then when you terminate their contract, they're not able to go and claim something from the UIF in the meantime while they're busy looking for employment. Because remember, the UIF does not just cover claims for parental leave, they also cover claims for when someone's contract is terminated. However, it does not cover employees when they resign from employment.
Yeah, it gets to get so tough. We understand the amendment of law, but we wish they can consider giving the four months full leave, as it's very difficult. Even if you want to stay 4 months, sometimes it's very difficult due to, so what am I going to live with? I saw many mothers just taking 2 months, some taking 3 months, so that they can just go back to work and get salary. And they are saying, what about these stories that, so some companies, they said when you are on maternity leave or parental leave, they tend to say you are not allowed to take a piece job somewhere. Some people will find that I feel like I've got energy. While I'm here, I can take piece job and do extra job somewhere. So they are saying you're not, if they find you doing that, it's against the law of the Policy Act. But you are on a maternity leave, you're not getting paid. How do How can we, how do you say about that one?
Yeah, that is governed by the employment contract. Because remember, when you sign up to be an employee, you sign up, there are terms and conditions of employment, and you have to disclose. If you are employed in two places, both employers must be aware that you are employed in two places. And most companies prohibit employees from working in two different places, because employees have to demonstrate that if they are working for more than one company, or if they have what we call side gigs these days, because obviously salaries are not enough. Most of the time, people want to work and then they also want to earn extra income outside. You have to disclose that, because if you don't disclose that, your employer can actually fire you for not disclosing that you are making extra income somewhere else, because employers are protecting the companies so that employees don't use company time to do their own things.
Wow. I get it, because you get to get those questions when you move around, and they said, no, I'm on maternity leave, I can take a side gig work, and so I can make enough money for me and the baby to survive while in the maternity, because you can't go back to work. But hence others tend to go back to their work of employment and ask to return earlier because of the situation, how the situation is be. But yeah, I guess we all need to read our contract. Most of the time, people, they're just excited that they got employed. They don't read contracts. It seems that it's very important to read your contract. People always worry about the salary, to say how much is my salary. Then after that, it's okay for them. So most of people, I can tell you, in out of 10% to only 2% read the contract, what the contract says. Some people have been so stressed, unemployed for a long time. When those time comes, they don't check. They just like want to check the salary and also days of work, and that's it. So yeah, employees, the viewers at home, just know that it is important to read your contract, and also it is important to understand the employment equity law. You need to understand it very well. Basic employment are there plugged in your work. I think that according to Department of Labor, every employer should display the employment equity plan, and also all the new legislature must be plugged in the office so that anyone have a freedom to read each and every time everything is updated. So don't just see this, the big things that are on the wall. Sometimes just take your time, go and read and try to understand what it says, so you can have your rights and understand your rights as employee, because we have so many people that are not understanding, and the employer take advantage of your rights. Some people, there was a friend that asked me, I'm pregnant now. Whenever I go to see a doctor, my employer wants me to take a leave of 2 hours, and also I need to provide a sick note. What do you say about that?
If it's for 2 hours, I don't think that, in fact, a sick note is not required, because that person would not have taken the whole day off. If, depending on whether the person is employed permanently or on a part-time basis or on a contract, what can be done? The first thing to do would be to calculate the number of hours that that person is required to work per day for that day, and then if it is practically possible, then deduct a portion for that day, not necessarily like the whole day.
Yeah, according to her employer, is demanding the sick note. So I'm not sure the sick note is for 2 hours, and also she needs to report at work the same day. So I've never seen that. I said maybe law is required. So to me it sounds like I have to give you double. I take my leave, because there you can take it on your leave, 2 hours on your leave. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I thought you can maybe clarify that in the law. Maybe it's there where
That's definitely an unfair labor practice, because if you're going to say to someone, produce a sick note for 2 hours, did the person go to a doctor?
Yeah, because they were on the maternity, what are you calling it? Those appointments, antenatal appointments. So they are saying give us the sick note of 2 hours. It's unfair labor practice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is something that I would advise that person to contact their shop stewards, because shop stewards within organizations understand this type of things, and they can be able to guide that person in terms of what they need to do, because then the employer is being unfair, and it's unfair labor practice, and it must be, if it means that employee should then lodge a grievance against that manager, there are certain steps that the employee needs to take in order to complete and lodge a formal grievance so that it can be addressed.
Oh, thank you so much, Thembeka. It was so good to have you here. Yes, so viewers, this is informative. Just listen. Join us next time on our second episode. We'll be discussing a will and estate. Please invite others and also comment and also ask questions where you don't understand. We'll get all the attorneys to respond to you, all the episode. If you have any question, please comment, write us on the inbox. Also, you can comment on the public, then we can get the attorney to answer your question. Thank you so much.